I do always mention nature, and you'll always get this, appeal to nature fallacy. I think the important thing about nature is that it's natural, and nature doesn't make mistakes, but humans make mistakes all the time. And actually, now we're in a situation where we have people that make errors. They're very, very flawed, making the food, thinking that they're smart, and it's very clever what they can do. But we're going against nature, so then we're going against natural. Even the plants, we wouldn't have eaten half of them, because when you find them in nature, they're not like these lovely, colourful, big, large, sweet, delicious treats. They're quite
Yeah,
bitter. They're quite poisonous, and we would have left that alone. So
without a
it's
doubt. Yeah,
crazy,
yeah,
but I get this nature fallacy all the time, and I think you can stick fallacy on the end of things. It doesn't make it so. I'm not just appealing to nature. I'm talking about what we are designed in terms of our physiology and our biology to accommodate in the body. You can't just put anything in the body. It doesn't work. You
no,
give animals certain plants they would never eat, they get sick. And that's actually what we do to fatten up the meat, essentially. We're giving them the corn and the grain and stuff.
brains. Yeah,
And now
yeah,
they're getting all this intramuscular fats going on. They're metabolically sick, but they taste great and all this. So I think it's
exactly.
about sticking to nature, because all of this progress, it looks like regress. You think
Yeah.
about, I even would argue, and I'm not saying I don't want a nice house and lights and a bed and a blanket and stuff like this, the heating, it's all
Mm.
lovely. But really, we invented the wheel, we got lazier. I think we invented the light bulb, and now our bodies don't know when it's nighttime. And it
Yeah,
just kind of spiraled from there. And I think there's certain things, of course, I'm not going to say I want to go back and live in the cold and
yeah,
just be like completely natural. That's not really what
yeah,
I'm saying, but I think we can be mindful of what's natural. Like, I've spent actually almost all day inside. I should probably get outside, get some fresh air, get some
exactly.
sun, get my eyes stimulated with the light, perhaps let my body know what time it really is. And when the sun goes down, you stick the blue blockers on, because, it's great. I quite like to watch some Netflix or YouTube or whatever,
Yeah,
but the sun's down now, so I'll stick my blue blockers on and that kind of thing.
exactly. Yeah, I do wear the blue light blockers. I do like them. I feel like they're just good because, especially now, obviously it's going darker in England now a bit. Just to put them on and just let the eyes rest a bit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you lose it a bit in terms of like you think, oh, I've looked at my phone for a long time. When the screen time thing is over, it tells you how long you've been on your screen for. You're like, fucking hell, that's quite a long time. It's the modern world we live in. I'm also willing to embrace, be more modern as well. But I 100% agree with you that I do practice certain things. Like I like to go outside, even if it's cold. I mean, even if
Yeah.
it's raining, because as well as Lee, in the UK, you can never rely on the weather. It's a nice day today. We'll be going out later on, getting some sun, getting some steps in, just being out in fresh air and nature. It makes such a huge difference. Like you always feel better after you've been for a walk outside. You just always do. Like I've never come back from a walk and gone, I really regret that walk. All these small things are like just pieces of the puzzle just to add in. But if you're following and practicing what I believe is optimizing your diet first through like a carnivore approach, more red meat, more whole foods, you're instantly going to feel better anyway. Your body composition is without doubt going to get better. You're mentally going to be so much more clear. And then if you can add these extra things in, like going for walks outside, training, like wearing your blue light blockers at night and not looking at your phone so much, because I know the social media world now is very hard not to look at it because it can get you, especially with the algorithm for people, and get you addicted, just like the food industry. There's people out there who are paid to keep people addicted to apps and food.
Yeah.
And I get it because it's all money involved. It's money driven. And I understand it's a business. So if the big bosses are saying you're not doing your job, even if they know it, even if the person knows it's wrong, really, they're still going to go, well, I don't want to get sacked. So I need to keep doing my job. So, but the main thing first is the big thing, which is your diet and what you eat. That is without doubt the most important thing you can ever do in your life is optimize your nutrition.
What we were talking about with the business model and things like that. And obviously, a lot of people think, oh, conspiracy, conspiracy. If somebody came up with a design, right, or a way to clean a window once,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that would be game over for me. I'd lose my job. And so
Exactly.
this is why this is why it is that way. It's like, if we make you better, if we ameliorate all your problems, and we tell you, well, look, all you need to do is just eat food, and this is what food is, then I'm probably not going to see you ever again, kind of thing.
The options and the availability that people have nowadays for things like fat loss, they just get sold an absolute dream. Ozempic, for example, a complete and utter con. They're shutting down natural hormonal functions in your body, stopping satiety signals and leptin and ghrelin, which are vital. You need these things to be working properly in order to know when you're full, satiated, and you get that from eating proper food. So what these drugs are doing, they're basically just starving you. The body thinks we're good now. Like we don't need to eat, but really, it's never going to work long term. Yeah, you might lose weight in the short term. It's like if you don't eat for a week, you'll lose weight. This is what these crash diets are about. They're usually done by people who just want to get in shape for a holiday. But this is the thing that someone would go on the holiday and then they'd end up binging on the first day of the all inclusive, put all the weight back on because they haven't, like, their body is not being in tune to what they're doing, and the body's been in a stressful state.